today I'm just gonna rant. Okay, let's just start off about talking about adaptations. Um, Novels, mangas into anime. Now, I was a fool when it's at Classroom Elite didn't get a season 2 because I watched this one little video. It was like a 20-minute video talking about how people didn't like it, that it wasn't true to the source material and they had too much romance having with like Horima and Anya Koji. And at first I was like, that's stupid. They should just do a season 2 anyway. Why complain? Like, it's not that bad. Until I actually got devoted into a series equal to, I guess, those people who also got devoted to Classroom Elite novels, and they were very, very disappointed to see the anime. And I became the same with this new anime called Shadow of the Eminence. Shadow of the Eminence, let me give you a little context, is basically what would happen if a nerd took to the extreme of becoming a cool badass background character that controls the strings of the world. And he gets isekai'd, and this gives him the chance to do such a thing, even though he's bullshitting half the way. So, Shadow of the Eminence is with Sid, and he's like this badass. Okay, he's this absolute badass. He doesn't act like a protagonist because he doesn't. Well, my opinion, he doesn't. He does. Yeah. Whew. How can I explain this? Obviously, he's the protagonist of his own story, but he's not trying to be a hero or one of those generic protagonists. So, explaining that and knowing that Shadow of the Elements is literally a shadow, not supposed to be seen, not supposed to have a singular goal that is known as a hero or a villain, you get the sense they're like this secret operation that's controlling the strings of this dark, twisted world or whatnot. And look at the character designs, okay? Like, it's a little bit thin, silver. There's some gold accents, but it's really just tight stealth suits, it seems. Hopefully I don't get sued or taken down. I'm fine with getting taken down, actually. Um, so this is silver, some suits from novels and light novels. The pictures that just found on the web. Giving credit to Shadow and the Eminence. Shadow and light novel. This is from the manga, I believe. Silver, tight suits. And this is the from the light novel picture of Shadow of the Eminence. Cute, and it's all badassery. And this is the anime character designs. Now. Seems like I'm over exaggerating. Let's check it first. So, this is on the Reddit page because Brave doesn't have a really good search engine. Okay. I don't really care about this character, because it don't matter. But this I care about. Maybe a little too much. Let's see if I can zoom in. Now, there's many problems with this character design that a lot of people probably kind of talked about, but a lot of people just say he looks too much like an anime protagonist. Agent Plays times ago he wants to be in the background. I feel like it's a pretty in character. He's like generic anime protagonist. I don't get what. Isn't this the point? His entire character is he just wants to be in the background. So I feel like this is a pretty in character. Well, if he wants to be just the background, then shouldn't look like. I think the guy was talking about this protagonist thing instead of this protagonist thing, but I'm assuming he's talking about this protagonist thing, where he's like a pretty in character. Well, yeah, but the Eminence in the Shadow is not really supposed to be the protagonist of a story. I mean, like the main talking point, and he is technically the protagonist, but I wouldn't say it's like a protagonist in that regard to like your normal protagonist as what I see as a hero or like a person who's just documenting his life in a harem or whatnot, or some generic shit like that. This is it's hard to explain, but he's ruthless. He's like, huh, hmm. I should have really made a script, but I'm just gonna say like the generic stuff I don't like. Personally, I do not like the gold highlights. The gold highlights are a little bit too profound. If you're supposed to be like a secret organization, I get the gold highlights being for badassery, but why the giant collar? Why the giant gold and like the heavy design? Like You also have tight leggings, kind of weird, not gonna lie. The cape isn't, it's like kind of ripped apart. It's not as like lowered down. Maybe just because he's like doing this pose thing where it goes up. The sword, it doesn't look like the sword from the manga, I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know what this sword is. It's probably like his final move, which is atomic. I am atomic. So maybe it's a magic sword, so I could probably pass on that. But he looks too much of like a wizard-ish guy. Like you would see this guy as like the last boss, and I do kind of get the vibes they're trying to do, but he's supposed to be not even the last boss. He's supposed to be a guy you just never see in the background, just causing mayhem. And this guy doesn't look like a guy who would cause mayhem. Maybe it's because his face, but it seems like people also kind of complain, and I'm complaining personally because this the gold highlights. The gold highlights is really just they're too thick. They're too much, and also these tight pants. Also, this weird like outgoing thing. I like it more sleek, especially if he's supposed to be like a silent killer of the night or something like that. Like sleek, refined, posed, collar not too big, not too much gold highlighting because obviously he's supposed to be sneaky. And it doesn't really give justice how tall he looks, but he looks way taller. And you got this. Feels short. Feels not sleek at all, too open. Feels like a hero of justice that has the name Dark Knight, other than Shadow of the Eminence that's supposed to be sneaking, pulling the strings in the background. Yeah, so that's basically it. I'm just complaining like a bitch because I really like Shadow of the Eminence. Like, I read the manga. It's not done, obviously, but I've been keeping up with the manga 24 freaking 7. I'm broke, so I'm gonna be 100% honest. Did not buy it. Just just found it somewhere. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys not really agree. I don't know. I'm just ranting my complaints. But if you see someone complaining about something like not being to the source material, when you really like something in the source material, you want to see be adapted to the origin and not adapt. Like, I get it being adapted, but changing the whole character design is kind of a big deal. But if they are able to like do the animation really good or like put justice in the story at least, then I personally don't care. But for now, I'm just getting bad vibes to Shadow Nemesis because it's just a top tier fucking manga that it makes me laugh every single time I read it. And so if they fail at doing that, ah, I'll just be disappointed, I guess. I'll just continue reading the manga, but I'll be disappointed that the anime was not able to do it justice.